Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Muwad coming to you again out in the highway and the byway. Bringing out this gospel as truth to edify the hopefully elect of Yasharala Israel, who's known as the so-called blacks, the Americans, and Latinos, and the speckled bird across the earth, to edify the 130 left, and to warn the 2/3 of our people to repent and turn to the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, who the word ignorantly called Lord of Jesus. And it's always a pleasure to let Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, know the days are numbered and the Mashiach is going to return soon to check your monkey ass. Before we get started, let's turn to East, give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Kadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of great millstone, likewise, brothers, putting out this truth, faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep, and to you, brothers and sisters, tuning in. Shalom. All right. I think today's, well, I think next week is what they call Father's Day or something like that. Okay. Like I say, like every month, Esau's get some type of, day to celebrate, idolatry. Okay. But as you know, what's going on right now, you had, let's get into a little bit of news here. You had Israel attack Iran, kill one of the top generals. Okay, you had Iran retaliated. You still have that Ukraine and Russia war going on. Here in Great Babylon, America, you had the 250th birthday of the United States Army. So they had that parade yesterday. And you had over the weekend, which is still going on today, something called No Kings. Okay, which is an organized protest all across Great Babylon, America, and different and other participating countries. Which we know it's orchestrated, but this reality TV show that Esau is putting on right now is going to become a reality real soon. So for you jakes that are getting paid right now to go out there and smash windows or participate in this, sooner or later, this is going to become the reality. And guess what? They've used your image, your likeness, okay, to be the poster boy and girl of what's causing a Great Babylon America to not function well. So when the judgment of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai through Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, come upon your wicked ass, okay, you'll know that there was a prophet amongst you that warned you about the time that's coming ahead. But of course you don't listen. Let's go into the book of Jeremiah 5, and starting with verse 20, it reads, "Declare this in the house of Jacob, which is the 12th tribe of Israel, and publish it in Judah, saying, Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not." You don't hear the warning. You don't see the trouble that's ahead. Okay? As I stand here right now, okay, it's about 94, 95 degrees right now. It's gonna go in 3-digit. You get Jason driving around with air-conditioned cars, windows screwed up, windows tinted, but you can see through it, and you can see them as they drive in. They have a cafe latte or some type of drink, or they have some type of ice cream, or just something that's constantly pleasing the flesh. Because this is what this is what their whole determination is all about, how life is for them. Constantly pleasing the flesh. You don't see the man concerned about being a watchman for their household, learning the truth from the prophets that are set up by the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai out here on the highway and the byway to warn you about the fact that you're in danger. See, the jakes they think this is all a joke out there. These protests is all a joke. It's not impacting them. Oh, they just stop you and ask you for some paper and stuff like that. No. Right now they're talking. Soon it's going to be the sword. Soon it's going to be the sword. You're not hearing it. You want to hear what Esau is telling you. You want to hear what your dumb neighbors is telling you. Oh, it's going to be okay. They're just looking for the bad guys. If that was the case, then why is it that you have people who are catching hell and you have their families are out there right now, genuinely amongst the fraudulent protesters out there, okay, exclaiming their dislike of the way the agents of Great Babylon America is handling this deportation. This is war. You better believe it. This is no-going war. It says, "Fear ye not me, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai." Y'all still worshiping doggone that damn Caesar Borgia. Okay? Still worshiping idols. Still looking for the next big day to have a reason to throw a barbecue. or you know, to have the extra taco plates. You know, you're not concerned about the dietary law. You don't understand the kind of pestilence that's going to be inflicted on you. You're not looking or aware of the time that you're in. Okay? Because you don't have a fear of the Lord. How about Shema and Shai? Continuing, it says, which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by perpetual decree that it cannot pass it, and though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. Esau has a set, determined time. Okay? A year, a month, a week, a day, an hour, a minute, and a second, when the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is going to end his rulership. And don't think for 1 minute these doggone elites are not scared. Yeah, they might have all the power, the nuclear power, they might have a lot of hidden technology that we don't see yet, because we know that when they're going to fight the Mashiach when he returns to the heavenly host, you're going to see some technology that's just going to like blow your mind that Esau already have. Most of the sightings that you're seeing right now, okay, is Esau's technology. Yes, there are some actual, chariots that manifest themselves. But for the most part, most of the things that you're seeing, especially in low orbit atmosphere, is Esau's technology. He's testing them out. Okay? It says, but this people had a revolting and a rebellious side. They are revolted and gone. Neither say they in their heart, let us now fear the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, our power, that giveth rain both the former and the latter in the season. He reserved us unto the appointed weeks of the harvest. Okay? Okay? So everybody look at that story with Noah and they think it's just a nice story. You know, a gentle old white man, you know, he built a big boat, went and gathered a bunch of animals, put it on it, some food, and then, you know, he floated on the water for 40 days and 40 nights, okay? And then that's the end of it, okay? They don't understand the judgment. They don't understand how that was a judgment. Leading up to that judgment, okay, and the rain symbolizes that pain and those tribulation that's going to be coming. We're in a rainy season right now as we speak, okay? We're in a rainy season as we speak right now. But because it's the rain, the tribulation are coming in droplets, okay, you know, they're not coming in a way that you can really look and go, wow, you know, people are eating each other. You know, there's no cars driving on the road because there's no gas station, all the gas is gone. People are riding in the streets for real. You know, fires everywhere, houses on fire, people are looting houses. You can't have a good night's sleep because you're hearing people trying to get through your windows at nighttime. Women are screaming because they're being ravished. Children are screaming because they're being ravished or kidnapped. Men are screaming because they're being ravished, okay, or being butchered up. Because that's not happening right now, because the Lord is, just like how Esau does things, okay, in increments or gradualism, the Lord is doing it the exact same way. Why? It's because he's given the time for the gospel to be preached, for the warning to go out there, for his people to repent, so that they can be saved. So this is the Lord being generous, okay, being generous. But instead of actually looking at it, y'all are you Jakes are looking at it as this is a time, okay, or you like to say to yourself, I have time. This is why you have some of these doggone camp leaders are going and saying, you know, we probably got another 50, 100, 1,000 years or so like that. Really? But the scripture talks about the fact that the prophets would be in the very end, would rise up. Esau would have certain fear because he knows he has but a short time. Look at basically from 2020 to right now and see how America has been operating, how the so-called white man has been operating, how this devil has been operating. Very different from any of us can remember. It was always a time of just having a great time, you know, eating, dining, you know, and all that stuff. Nowadays, you're seeing right now, hundreds, if not thousands of businesses are going under. They're closing down these stores in the hundreds, if not in the thousands. Now, a lot of them are kiosk, size, where you have like a little booth or whatever cases, or a little store that's probably about 10 by 10. They're not like the big, brick and mortar store. But a lot of those brick and mortar stores are closing down right now, because when you look at the online shopping, okay, which is Amazon, and who's Amazon owned by? Okay, Amazon is owned by the doggone these kites. Okay, that's exactly what our Bezos is. He's a small hat. Okay, lower level small hat. So when you look at all the corporations right now that are prospering, your Googles, your Microsofts, your Apple, your Amazon, all those are doggone owned by small hats, because they're going to be the big players, okay, in this technocracy that's going to be taking place, in which you're going to be in a digital system where you buy things online. It's not going to be brick and mortar anymore. So family stores and those are not going to be around. Take care. It's not going to be around anymore. So they're going to be the one that's going to do all of these things. They're going to be the one that's going to do all these things. Okay? That's why they're prospering and all the other businesses are falling. And they're breaking that system down so that you people can get in line like this, because this is going to be the future right now. Okay, which is the MOTV. Okay? Which is a sign that I have in the front here facing the street. Also, all these cars drive by, in their ignorance, okay, and in their dumb pride. Let's go into the book of Psalms, 64, and starting with verse 2, because one of the things that goes through our head, and I can speak for myself personally, is if I'm not of the elect, I'm going to have to survive based on all the trainings that I receive and my life experience. And how long am I going to last out here? Not very long. I don't think I'm going to last too long. If I'm part of the elect and not subject to the sword or the sacrifice, which we know some of us are going to be, Lord willing, I get to see the fall of Esau and get beamed up on the chariots. And we're going to go into that today, because that's going to be a sight unlike anything that the world has ever seen. Because people can't look at people like us and think that we actually are the chosen people of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. They at least know it. People in the high places in this society knows it. In fact, I've actually had a very prominent doctor who owns many installations out there in San Francisco Bay Area. Okay, and he was my primary care physician. Told me they all know who we are, and he's an Edomite. All right. Nonetheless, he doesn't know it. He didn't know it at the level of what we know it as. Is the fact that Esau, you have touched the apple of the Lord, the apple of the Lord. Basically, you have touched the people of the Lord, and there's a price to pay for it. See, that's the part that the Edomites don't really know about. They might even accept the fact that you're a Hebrew Israelite, but they don't. What they're not willing to accept or grasp is the depth of the vengeance or the revengeance of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. So, if we're the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, the Americans, and Latino, the so-called black man is from the house of Judah, and the Mashiach, who the word literally called Jesus Christ, is from the tribe of Judah. And the Romans, who are the Edomites, who are the so-called white people, if they can accept that, killed him. Then you gotta accept the fact that he's coming back very angry. He's going to avenge not only the death of his servants and the death of his people, but he's also going to avenge his death. Imagine your creation beat you, spit on you, humiliate you. He's pissed. That's why there's so many scriptures and so many verses showing that Mashiach is coming back pissed. For him, for us it's been thousands of years. For him it's been what, 2-3 days? Okay? So he's pissed. He's coming back pissed. Okay? And we read many scriptures where everybody on this earth, including us, is going to be shitting ourselves when he comes back. We're going to be shitting ourselves. Okay? We've never seen that kind of power before. This is Psalm 64, and starting with verse 2, and it reads, hide me. Actually, let's start from verse 1. It says, the chief musician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer, preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. So this is a cry out from the elect. We're crying out to Yahweh Shema Shai to preserve us, because we understand it. We understand the danger. We understand the times that we're in. We understand. We can see through the tricks of the devil. Okay, that he's bringing out things in such a reality TV show type of way, you know, to get people used and conditioned to games. This ain't no damn game. The Lord does not play games. Okay, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, okay? Bitter words, man. Let's talk about these bitter words, okay? Suddenly now you doggone Latinos and Hispanic now, you have to live with the fact that now you are looked upon as being criminals. Okay, looters. Now it's your face out there right now as looters. They have some Antifa guy or whatever the case, whoever to do this, flying the Mexican flag. Now, I don't know why they took the Mexican flag of all the flags in South America or in Central America. They chose a Mexican flag, and you know why that's the case? Okay, when you look at the partnership between the United States and Mexico and Canada, okay, what they call, what is it, it's called NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement, okay? And a lot of products actually are made in Mexico. A lot of products are made in Mexico. The biggest population of Latinos and Hispanics, okay, are Mexicans, so-called Mexicans. And Mexicans are very proud, okay? Ishika is very, very proud. Very, very proud. And so they fly your flag, and when people are watching and going, why in the hell, if you want to be here in America, and you're protesting about the unfair treatment of the Hispanics and Latinos, why in the hell are you flying the Mexican flag and not flying the American flag? So they're trying to set you up in a light, in an image of ignorance, because it's showing that you're actually on this soil, on American soil, which these Edomites are your enemy, and you're flying your flag on their soil, protesting against the treatment that they have against you, because you're a foreign national. It makes no sense, but this is how they're portraying you. It's really that stupid. And it's a setup. Okay, it's a setup. And it says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, and suddenly they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in evil matter. They commune of laying snares privy. They say, who shall see them? Who shall see them? The elect will see them. The men of the Lord shall see them. You stupid two-thirds will not see it. You double weak men driving in your car, going home to stand at attention. Your fat, ugly, worthless ass woman. And check your ass and disrespect you. Okay? You're not gonna see it. You men are not doggone men. You are doggone little bitches. You are little bitches. And your women are whores. And they're fat and they're ugly. You don't stand for nothing. This is a month of what? Sodomites? And y'all accept it. Comfortable in your ways. Comfortable being weak. They search out iniquities, they accomplish the diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and their heart is deep. Esau knows exactly how Jake thinks, man, and that's why they make sure they go out of their way. Okay? It's like a stray dog. It has no loyalty or anything like that. If you feed it, it'll follow you. As long as you feed it, it'll follow you. And that's Jake's. Jake somehow have no loyalty, man. They go out, they have loyalty to whoever can throw some crumbs in the ground. Okay? That's a low-spirited Jake. Content with crumbs. Don't want to be kings, don't accept the fact that you're gods. Just content with crumbs. Content in being in debt. Living a miserable, pathetic little life. Being bossed around by your fat, ugly ass women. That's out of order. You women are content with having weak men that you can walk all over, that you can tell to do what, and you're happy about that. But when the time of trouble comes, you think that this doggone little pacified couch potato, okay, PAN, is going to get up and somehow he's going to become a warrior in that time of trouble. So Esau has got y'all psychologically, okay, under his thumb. But y'all know it all. It says, "But power shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." Okay, that's, first of all, as their tongue is falling on themselves, first of all, the righteous is going to flee away right there, because everything that comes out of the damn devil's mouth is bullshit. So we already know that, and we can call your ass out. Two, the rest of these nations are looking at Great Babylon America, okay, who's been the eminent or the supreme ruler on this earth as hypocrite, full of shit. Esau's great fear right now is because right now this gospel is really penetrating the minds of people as they start to look and realize that there is a greater power than the so-called white man, that there is a greater power than Esau, and that the people that y'all have looked down on all this time, that y'all have looked down upon with disdain, are in fact your creators, are in fact your next rulers. And that is starting to reverberate across this earth. That's the one thing that they don't want people to know. And that's why there's going to be that silence. That's why there's going to be a famine of the word. In addition to the famine that's going to come and take a hold of you fat, worthless eaters, you're going to have the famine in the word. We're not going to be out here when they're shooting. We're not going to be out here when they're doggone, when you people start chopping each other off for food. Or these wild beasts are coming out here and tearing your monkey ass up to pieces. We're not going to be out here. Our work, Lord willing, will be done. Okay? And it's time for Jacob's trouble to really kick out to the point where we can really see how you people go out there to and fro across this earth looking for answers. Let's go into Proverbs 28. Let's go into Proverbs 28 and 3. Let's talk about the poor oppressing the poor. It says, a poor man that oppresseth the poor is like a sweeping rain which leaveth no food. And you have that amongst our people. Okay? You have that amongst our people, starting with a lot of our people that are in prominent positions. And even actually you have members, okay, of the awakened ones who actually know they're Hebrew Israelites, that are oppressing their brothers and sisters through lies. Because when you are not telling the true name of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, that's a form of oppression. Because you are willfully neglecting your duties, you're a derelict of your duties, to let the sheep, the chosen people of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, know who they will need to call upon in the time of trouble. It's not going to be sweet Jesus or Rastafari, whatever the hell that name is. Rastafari, like Benjamin might like to say. Okay, or Buddha, or Allah. It's Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. You're going to have to call that name. Every single one of us is going to have to call upon the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai when that trouble comes. So if you're not letting the people know that they have to call upon the right name for the salvation, that's a form of oppression, man. That's a form of oppression. You are willfully setting your people up, your own people, your own kind, the poor on this earth, for death. For death. And may the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai destroy your wicked weak ass, okay? You other camps out there that are doing this, you're an ambassador, you're an embarrassment. But, again, the Lord set up stumbling blocks. A part of the stumbling blocks is to set up people that look like us, okay, wearing their little fringes, you know, and I think I saw videos where the brothers are bringing over these crackheads wearing fringes, okay, unhinged, okay, showing that the fringes is not really the way to go. It's not gonna determine your salvation. Wearing the fringes, it's not gonna determine your salvation. But when you lack knowledge and when you're a crooked, wicked ass little demon, Hebrew Israelite, then you set your own people up to think in a stupid manner. Because why? You're a stupid man. Okay? People are weak, man. See, people are naturally weak. You're naturally frightened. You're naturally frightened. You're scared. Naturally weak. People are naturally weak, man. Look at you. Driving in your metal coffins, you don't have a clue where the hell you're going. As if you have a future. Sissified men, like women. This is John 15. We don't get mad. You know why we don't really get mad? You know why we don't get mad? Because we understand we're not a part of this world. Okay? Let's go to John 15, start verse 19. We're not a part of this world. So if we were a part of this world and we were seeking love from the world, then of course that would it probably would bother us. But we're not a part of this world, nor do we want to be a part of this world. While we're living here and take a shit in this world, we are definitely not a part of this world. This is all in red, so this is the Mashiach speaking, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Okay? Look at that. Look at these sad women, man. I really believe like 8 out of every 10 so-called black and Latino women is like morbidly obese, man. I mean, misshapen where they're so fucking fat. Unfreaking believable. This is the choice that you have. But luckily, the man of the Lord, we can procreate with any woman, a woman of any tribe. Because really, you women are undesirables, man. So fat you can't even determine the face, the shape of the face, and the body. Yet still driving by with pride, as if they're desired. We're not low level like the rest of y'all doggone these desperate little pretty little boys, man. Okay? It's John 15, starting with verse 19, it reads, "If ye were of the world would love its own, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you." See that? We didn't choose to give our life to Jesus. We didn't choose to give our life to Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai makes a determination. Yahweh Shai makes a determination. The Lord Yahweh Shai makes a determination. None of us can make a determination. Because each and every one of us can remember when we were out there in the world, lost as hell. And when you sit down and think about how lost you were, wow, then we understand if you are not chosen to get this and receive this, you will never, ever, there's no way in hell you can receive this. There's no way we can break it down, no matter how simple we make it. There's no way that we can break this down to get the non-elect to understand this truth. We can't. Okay? Because you have to be called, you have to be chosen. It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant, us, is not greater than the Lord, his Lord, the Mashiach. If they have persecuted me, him, they will persecute you, us. If they have kept my saying, him, they will keep yours also, us. So they did not keep his saying, so they're not going to keep the saying that's coming from us. We don't matter. It says, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. So we've come out here and we've spoken to you. Brothers are going out individually. Brothers are going out in groups, multiple times a week sometimes. Definitely throwing lessons up during the week. Doing the work. Okay, in some camps they're a hell of a lot more diligent, and others are have more to bring out. And you get brothers who there's some certain brothers that are putting up like five videos a day. So staying in the work, staying busy, not being idle. So there's more than enough out there. Topics covered, okay, about the current time, the time before, and the time to come, that none of you people can say that you did not get the warning. You can't say you didn't get the warning. You can't say you didn't get the warning. This is one of the busiest roads out here in East El Paso. These people drive by every single doggone day. Because what's more important to them? Getting this truth, this understanding, this warning. Maybe trying to see where their role would be, especially you men, where your role would be in this ministry, as far as maybe picking a corner over there, setting up camp, trying to get this word out, especially in the Spanish language. I don't speak Spanish. Nah, you're not concerned. In fact, you're looking at me and you're going, why is that mayate? Why is that nigga out there standing up in the corner, dressed up funny every Sunday? And that's okay. That is okay. You see, right now, you're catching your hell right now. This doggone cracker, okay, right now is out there rounding you up like damn doggone stray dogs and throwing you in doggone cages. But you're still walking around with doggone pride. The Lord has set that up. The Lord has set that doggone judgment up. And it's about to get worse. And you people don't want to repent. Wait till the tanks start rolling down through the street. World War III is about to start real soon. They're going to crash this economy. They're going to crash this economy. You people better understand this. Most of you people are unhealthy. You can't even walk. You can barely breathe. You're overweight. You're obese. You're weak, physically and mentally. You don't even take care of your body because you think you doggone can just go to the hospital and they got a pill that's going to make you, that's going to instantly heal you. Instead of getting this healing, which is this gospel, it's true. That's okay. One of the biggest things we pray for to Yahweh, for me, okay, is that he block these wicked ass jakes, these 2/3, from being able to come to us for help. He blocked their path. He blocked their path so they don't annoy us. He blocked them, especially the men and the ugly fat women. Now the cute chicks, I don't speak for all brothers, but you know, you're cute, you know. But as far as the man goes, he so grab your ass and throw you in the damn cage. Okay. Let's go into Jeremiah 23 and 32. Let's talk about the ambassadors of Esau. Jeremiah 23, verse 32, it reads, "Behold, I'm against them that prophesy false dreams, said the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. And do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies and by their likeness." Let's pause for a second at their likeness. Who do we know actually like to speak in likeness? Okay, IUIC. Absolutely one of the proudest. Okay, one of the proudest. And see, they believe. Because see, they like to flaunt their wealth, and they like, and Jakes are attracted to images, okay, of grandeur, okay, which is so small time. Jakes are attracted to grandeur. So when they come in the purple, which purple is always a symbol of wealth, okay, they come in the purple, in the purple gowns, and keep the big feasts and stuff, and you know they have all the, you know, what is it, awards and recognition, and what is it, the wrap-off and all the other shit. It's a great time because it's like you're a Hebrew Israelite at the same time you're a nigger. I mean, it's beautiful. Imagine that, right? So they attract a lot of that. They make likeness, okay, of all of the holy days. They make likeness, okay, of the Passover. They make likeness of Jacob's trouble. Likeness of the name of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. It's not only just knowing it. Okay, you have to understand that the name of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai brings terror, okay, to these doggone wicked elites. These wicked elites. Because they understand only the elect of Yahshua will know the true name and will be proclaiming that name all across this earth and be giving glory unto that name. Which means what? As the prophecy has spoken. That means the prophets are here again to prophesy the doom of Great Babylon America. but they take it lightly. And our people like that because why? They still want to be in darkness. They like ignorance. They like ignorance. You get the ones that are coming around and they go, well, y'all are racist, blah, 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 blah. When you're getting beat down in the street, okay? When you're getting beat down in the street, when you don't have no food, let's see if your oppressor is going to come there and rescue your monkey ass. Let's see it. Don't come turning to us. Do not come turning to us. There will be no mercy from us for you. We will not hear your cry. We will laugh the hell at you. Like the scripture talks about it. I will laugh when your calamity come. I will laugh when your fear come. As a whirlwind. Fast. You can't get the hell out of the way. And you can see right now with the Northern Kingdom tribes are catching that hell right now. Why are they catching that hell? Because they're rebellious. They're catching that hell because they're rebellious. Okay? They have a rebellious spirit. Okay? Don't want to comfortable being doggone wicked, sinful, deviant. Okay? It says, yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit this people of the Lord, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. So if you like to be entertained, go ahead and go watch IUIC. Okay? If you like to be entertained, go watch IUIC, Wi-Fi. Okay, and what's the name of the other one there? I forgot what the name of the other group there. Okay, but these are the ones that are definitely working in cahoots with Esau, especially IUIC. Okay, and that's why they can be so light about it. They can be so light about it. They can be so light about it because in their own little feeble mind, they give themselves titles and they have a bunch of retarded ass little doggone niggas and spicks that are friggin' doggone worshiping them, idolizing them, which is so laughable. You get the ISUPK marching around like some paramilitary. Like half of you dudes can't friggin' doggone rock 5 miles for doggone 40 pounds in your back. You're not a clear jam with a weapon. What do you really know about? How many of you actually serve? How many of you really actually serve? Okay, in leadership position. I mean, real leadership position, or wrote the war plan, or the op order, or the operation order. They call it op order. You see, you have men that have done that, but are humble. There's no need to come on camera and really talk about what you did and all that stuff. And look what I got and all that stuff. And rap about it. You gotta do that shit. Because it's never about us individually. It's never about us individually. This is about Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? We're not here to exalt ourselves. We're here to exalt the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. So you're not gonna profit these people. Part of it is this: if you're investing your time, you expect a profit. Why would you invest your time? I would never invest my time in pounds. Why would you invest your time to be entertained by a bunch of doggone buffoons? It makes no sense. But that's a stupidity and ignorance. If I want to be entertained, I'm going to watch just a stupid, dumb show because that's what I know it is. It's about a dumb, stupid show. That's some phony ass niggas and spits. Freaking stand up and doggone dress up some fancy doggone shit. Eating doggone, eat. What? Let's go to the book of Daniel 12. Okay? Because again, we talk about the ambassadors of Esau, which is these false prophets that are out there misleading you, okay, sending you in a different direction, misguiding you because they're not themselves not guided by the Spirit, okay, they're guided by their fleshly desires to exalt themselves. How the hell you a damn prisoner or slave, but you're exalting yourself? It's kind of like the prison system, okay, where you are all your prisoners, but then they actually have guys and they call them trustees. They call them trustees. So basically, that's what IUIC and all those guys are. Like trustees. That could be a lesson. Do I have my pen on me? I don't have my pen on me. Trustees. Okay, maybe I can listen to it next time. Okay, so this is the book of Daniel 12. Book of Daniel 12. And let's talk about how horrible this time is going to be. So this is the book of Daniel 12, and 1 it reads, and at that time, what time? Jacob's trouble. That's the time we're talking about. That time is coming soon. At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, who's standing for the children of thy people, and there should be a time of trouble such was never since there was a nation, even to that time, same time. And at that time that people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. Okay? 130 lakh, which is still a big number, but not in comparison to the fact that the children of Israel is counted like the grain of sand, like that give you the sheer size, okay, the sheer size. But what you have here is a time of trouble here in Great Babylon, America, all across this earth in reality. But here is the ground zero for where these judgments are going to be taking place. It's going to be so harsh that you have to have the angels stepping in to intervene. Okay, that is some high level trouble. High level trouble, okay? High level trouble. Trouble is upon us, people. Let's go into Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 2. Let's talk about how the hell we didn't get out here. One way, because when you look at us as men, people do not see us as anything more than a bunch of agitated guys that are angry at a system that has failed them. Did the system fail us, or did the system actually give us even more determination, even more loyalty, and hope that the Lord Yahweh Shema is going to save us? Because your experiences that you've had in this world, which is still in your mind right now, is going to really be how your spirit is going to be. The more hell that you caught out in this world, the more hell that you caught from the devil, the more angry you would be, most likely be in spirit in this ministry. It's going to be a no holds bar. You're not here to fluff up the words or worry about your feelings or shit like that. It's like, sure. What are you going to do about it? This is what Psalm 5 and 2 it says. Let's go actually to verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they should be troubled and tremble with fear, and should be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Because you ain't looking for doggone chariots, okay, what they call UFOs or IFOs. So advanced, it's like fantasy. That's gonna beam up the righteous right at the time when this place is going to be obliterated by thermonuclear. Okay? The world is going to see it. And they repenting on groaning for anguish or spirit shall say within themselves, this is he whom we got sometimes in derision and a proverb or reproach. We fools are counted as like madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of power and his Lord among the saints? Because bottom line is this. Okay, you don't see us inside stand up behind a pulpit going, okay? And every time you look at these doggone Christianity pastors, what do? They don't even read a scripture. They just walk around sweating and talking shit, and then they pass to the collection plate and then tell you to go over there to go eat some food that they prepare for you. Because what's one of the common things when you go to the Coliseum or you go to or watch a show? You want to eat. People like to eat while they're eating. That's one of the things. And that's why the church have it like that. So how the hell, if you're not Creflo Dollar or T.D. Jakes or one of these other supposedly high society men of the Lord, how is it that you're being picked up? See, at that time, people are going to know who actually are the chosen people of the Lord Yahweh Shema. They're going to know right off the bat, okay, that you're the one that the Lord chose to get the hell out of the danger, okay, as the Lord continue to judge this earth. Because you're going to have the elect that's going to be sitting on the chariot while judgment is continuing on this earth. Great Babylon is still going to be getting judged. These other nations still going to be getting judged. The whole world is going to be getting judged. Okay? So people are going to be like in amazement, like, how is it that I can't believe it's you guys. Well, let's take a look at it. Let's go in the book of Amos. It's the book of Amos 9 and verse 8. I'd like to bring this one out. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth. So you see, right here, this will make a determination that the Lord has looked upon a sinful kingdom. There has to be a sinful kingdom. If the sinful kingdom is Ethiopia, we would be in Ethiopia. If it was Germany, we would be in Germany. If it was in Brazil, we would be in Brazil. But no, it's in It's America. The sinful kingdom. It's Great Babylon, America. And that's why you have the prophets here in Great Babylon, America, prophesying destruction of this place. So the Lord's eyes is on America. He says, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. So I'll tribe of Israel. 2/3 will die, 1/3 will not die. While America is being destroyed, 2/3 will be put to death, 1/3 will be taken out. I just read Wisdom of Solomon 5, okay, which talks about 5 that you're going to have a set of men that will stand up boldly and proclaim this word, proclaim this gospel across this earth, and will be the same ones along with a large amount of elect that's going to be saved. Women and children, other men, people who support the ministry, or people who just actually, they were just picked. They were just picked. Okay? The Lord just determined that your spirit is going to be one that's going to be saved. You know? Let's go into Psalm 47, Psalm verse 1. And let's talk about the power of the Most High here. Okay? Because keep in mind, we always give glory and honor to Yahweh Shemel Shai. This is his movie. He determines all the characteristics. Like some of the brothers that bring out these non-playable characters, NPCs. They're just there. They're just in the background. Really, they serve no purpose. You know, they're probably going to get put to deleted. But then you have the playable characters, and that's what we are. We are the playable characters. Okay? We are the playable characters. We are the characters that's going against. We are the protagonists. The good guys that's going against the antagonists. The bad guys. Spiritually, so to speak. Okay? Psalms 47, Psalm verse 1, it says, the chief musician of the psalm. The chief musician says, psalm for the son of Korah. O clap your hands, all ye people, shout unto power with the voice of triumph. For the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, Most High, is terrible. He's a great king over all the earth. So who's terrible? Yahweh Shemel Shai. He's not a nice guy. You don't have to have respect for anybody. He does what he wants when he wants and to who he wants to. He can do whatever he wants, and he answers to nobody. And that's just the end of that. All right? He shall subdue the people under us and the nations under our feet. So the Lord is going to make the powerful become non-powerful. The ones that have us subdued are going to be subdued under our feet. Okay? Showing his greatness. And it says, he shall choose our inheritance for us, the ecstasy of Jacob, 12 tribe of Israel, whom he loved. Selah. So it's us. You have to understand who you are, man. Okay? You have to understand who you are. We're going to be chosen. Our power created everything. Our power created those that are in charge right now. And he's going to take them, remove them. He gave the base of man. Okay, right now, rulership. You think these people could have come out of the cave and just take us over? Are you nuts? Huh? This is Deuteronomy 10, verse 14. Deuteronomy 10, verse 14 reads, behold, the heavens and the heavens of heavens is the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, thy power. The earth also with all that therein is. Only the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them. He gave you above all people. There it is right there. The Lord of heavens second heaven, which is outer space, and then you have the third heaven, which is where Yahweh Shai, okay, and the heavenly hosts, where they abide. Okay, he says, circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, that be no more stiff-necked. For the Lord Yahweh Shai, your power is power of powers, and Lord of lords, the great power, the mighty, and the terrible, which regarding a person don't take a reward. See that? You can't buy your way, you can't bribe your way in. Doesn't matter how you look. Doesn't matter what power you have here on this earth. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter. Okay? And this is what these doggone false prophets are not telling you. They make light of it. They think that you're just going to walk up to the Most High and shake his hand and, you're all going to hang out together and throw back a beer and all that stuff like that. It's like the stupidity of this doggone wicked-ass devil is beyond belief. And they portray that in their movies. I think, I believe in a movie called, it was with Matt Damon and, I can't remember the name of the other guy, but they had Alanis Morissette play God. And these I can't remember these two joker white boys. I know one of them name was Jay. They used to they was cussing the Alanis Morissette character as God out, like calling her a bitch and all that stuff like that, But it just shows you the lightheartedness of the wicked, okay, and how they have the people on this earth really believe that the power. Okay, Yahweh Shai, someone that you just can really just walk to. We, as a chosen people, cannot even go before the Lord. The Mashiach had to actually sacrifice. And he has to intercede or basically speak on our part. Which is why he said, if you're ashamed to profess my name before men, then I'm going to be ashamed. I'm not going to profess your name before Yahweh Shai. I'm not going to say, hey, forgive him for that. Forgive Mawado, forgive this brother about that, this and that, and all that stuff for that. And, I want to keep him. He's not going to do it. You're not out there doing his work. You're not out there professing his name. You're not talking about him. You're not exalting him. So why would he do? Why would he speak on your behalf? Huh? We can't speak to the Most High to save ourselves. But see, Esau set it up with you people to not have that fear of the Lord Yahweh Shai. By the time people start fearing the Lord, it's going to be too late. It is going to be too late. Everything is a joke here in this place. Okay? This is Titus 1 and Psalm verse 10. Titus 1. Psalm verse 10, and it reads, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouth must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake, which we can automatically determine who that's talking about. We're talking about the ones who actually know what Hebrew is like. We're not talking about Creflo Dollar and the rest of these T.D. Jakes and them who speak at Christianity level, because they're speaking the world language. And when you speak the world language, you're speaking on GOCC and the rest of them. You're speaking, let's talk about the GOCC, because they go and they turn around and they do a mixture of the doctrine, which is basically mixing the doctrine of Christianity, the dogma of Christianity, along with what is actually true. So they know about the Hebrew Israelite, but at the same time, they want to let all the rest of the tribes on this earth know, that you can actually get in on salvation. You too will be saved. The God of the Bible is not going to kill you. He's not going to put you into slavery, blah, 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 blah. And they go on and on and on. Okay? So they contradict the scriptures. They speak in a way that is going to appease a vast audience. So to them, it must be great when you do a lesson or you do a 2-hour live lesson and you're getting like what? 400,000 views in a matter of like a couple hours, versus brothers who are teaching the truth. And to everybody, it's boring. Some brothers getting 0 views, 1 view, take single digit, maybe double digit, and the best of us may get like about 4-digit views, 5-digit views over a period of time. And we're talking about obviously we're talking about the more popular or well-known or renowned of the prophets. Okay, and those brothers know who they are. But what we do is boring to people. This is boring. There's no table that's set up out here with cookies and free water. If I bet you, and I can do it, I can set up a table on the side and say, here the gospel, grab yourself a cookie or grab yourself some free water. And everybody be pulling up here with their phony-ass smile, because why? People are parasites. They like handouts. They like to take, but never give. People are natural parasites. Natural parasites. So they only come around for the food. We saw that they did that to the Mashiach. You're only here for the food. You're not here to hear him. So you see, we don't do that. We don't do that. So therefore, to these people, it's not worth it for them to stop. A hot day like this, you want to have some water, right? Get the word and some water. Well, they'll love that. Okay, they'll love that. Let's go into Ecclesiastes 12 and 16. It reads, "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in the side he imagine how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he finds opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood." Okay, let's talk about when you see what's going on right now. All of a sudden now Trump is backtracking and saying, you know what, we're going to keep some of these migrants here to do the work. Because somehow, he sort of realized that they was moving a little faster than they should be moving. Okay? Because they understand that, wait a minute, who are you going to get to go do the work here in Great Bible America, especially with the family? Who? Once your machines break down, Jake's actually the ones who fix them. Manual labor is still huge, which is only done by Jake's. Who's going to clean your hotel rooms? Who's going to sweep your doggone roads and clean the shit up? Huh? Think these Edomites going to do it? And they know it. The people in this nation are passive aggressive. Okay? They're passive aggressive. Sit behind a keyboard and talk shit, but they don't step out and bring that energy out. Everybody's waiting until Jake step out to go protest. Okay? And while the protest is supposed to be a peaceful protest, they mingle it with doggone debauchery and bullshit. So that later on they can play that as a witness and say, see, this is why we're going after these people to throw them inside the FEMA camps. This is why we're going after them and get rid of them on society. Because these are bad people. Lies. So the time of weeping from the devil is over. He no longer now wants to weep at your ass right now and pretend that he feels some type of remorse or he understands that what you're going through and he's going to do better. Really, how long do you have to march, Jakes? Starting with Judah from the 60s. 2025, you're still out there on the damn road. Let's see, go. From the 1960s to now, it's what? How many years? I was never really the greatest at math. So we're talking what? 65 years. And you're still 65 years. That's 6.5 decades. And you still have to go dingo march. Seriously. That's like you applying for a job. That's like you applying for a job and getting doggone denied again and again and again. Yes, still you will continue to apply for it. It makes no sense. The outcome is always the same. The outcome is always the same. It makes no sense. Why don't you invest in what is actually going to benefit you, which is the salvation? Okay? Doing the work of the Lord, how about Shemashai? There's a return on that investment. I read it to you in the book of Wisdom of Solomon 5. Okay? Where you're being the hell out of this doggone forsaken place when it's being destroyed. While everybody sound up at the gates and go, oh! I didn't know. But now you do. Alright? Let's go to Ecclesiastes 13. a couple scriptures out of this. It's Ecclesiastes 13. When we go to start with verse 4, it reads, "Thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have none, he will forsake thee." So again, why is Trump backtracking? Because it can be for the profit. Be for their profit. Their profit is that they need to still have slaves. So we're going to oppress you, and then we're going to make sure we still need to have you as a slave. So we're going to send some of you back or just appease the promise that he made. But they know damn well it was not wise. But they have a particular time that they have to, a timeline or time frame in which they have to get certain things or certain agenda, okay, completed. So they have to do these things, okay? And that's why you see they have actors right now. Let's go to verse 6. It says, "If he had a need of thee, he will receive thee, he will smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what one is thou?" And this is what you Jake spirits are in. You're still in the, well, yeah, let's bygone be bygone. I can forget about that. You know, this is what I want right now. If you can just stop harassing us and deporting us and give us due diligence, you know, with paperwork and all that stuff, and take us through the court system and all that stuff, we'll be happy with that. We'll be content with that. See, that's what you want. And maybe he might go back to that. Because he can use you for, he has a use for you for more sinister purposes. Let's go on, let's continue on. It says, verse 12, it says, "But cruelly he will lay up the words, thy words, I will not spare to do thee hurt, and put thee in prison." So it's the words and your needs and your determination, what you desire from the enemy. That's the reason why he's able to take that and use it against you. He's able to use it against you. Because see, you're weak. See, we desire power. Like I said, I have dreams all the time with my ability to move objects with my mind, with my hand, fly, float, super strength, all that stuff. I have it all the doggone time. I have those dreams pretty much at least 5 nights out of the 7 nights every week, over and over and over. I've been having, and that's decades I've been having those dreams, even more so now. Those are things that we desire. We desire power to take on our enemy. We know that the Mashiach is going to be the one that's going to avenge. But in this flesh, you're kind of a little bit anxious. Okay? You're a little anxious. We desire to be saved. We desire to be part of the elect. See, that's our desire. See the difference? That's the difference right there. We desire those things. We're not determined. We're not looking to bow our knees up to this doggone man. Why are you bowing your knees to the man that's persecuting you? 65 years, this man is determined that marching out in the street in the hot sun, getting dogs biting your ass, sprayed with hose, freaking doggone cluster bombs thrown on your ass and shit like that, doesn't do a damn thing except entertain those. Now that you have internet and doggone TV to watch it on, it's just a reality TV show. A reality TV show. That's all this place has become, is a reality TV show. Job 12 and 16. Book of Job 12 and 16, it reads, "With him is strength and wisdom to receive, and the receiver is." We're talking about the Lord Yahweh Shah. He can deceive you into believing you're in the truth. He can deceive you to believing you're not in the truth. He can deceive you to believe whatever he wants you to believe. And that is a scary thing. Because you got to ask yourself, am I really in the truth? Okay? But we also know that he sets up these snares, which is in the form of these other camps, to attract the undesirables, to attract those that are really into the truth, to attract those that are actually not truly committed to being a part of, to being in the faith. Okay? And like one brother put up, not everybody's going to be a prophet. Not everybody is set up to come out here on the highway and bring these signs out to sign up and look at these doggone weak ass people driving in their metal coffin. These little sickly ass weak men that sit in their car with the window turned up and the engine on with their doggone air condition blowing, with their fat ugly woman just sitting down there giving them orders and stuff. Don't sign up for a damn thing. So they weren't created to come out here to speak against the wicked. They weren't given that king or that God power. They had to live up to come out here and do that. You have a certain set of men that are created. The rest of these are just fuel for the fire. But basically, shield for when Esau comes. He's going to get these weak ass men first. Boy, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to see this. I cannot wait to see that humbling, man. I can't wait to see it. This is Malachi 1:14 reads, "But cursed be the deceiver which had in his flock a male and vowed and sacrificed it unto the Lord, a corrupt thing, for I am a great king, so the Lord hath proposed, and my name is dreadful among the heathens." Letting us know, okay, his name is dreadful among the heathens. Why? Because we know the fame of the Lord from when he destroyed the Egyptians. So all the empires that he destroyed, even to this doggone day, where you have the East right now, they tremble at the name of Yahweh Shai, when it's whispered by men like us. Because then they know we are not the we are part of that. We are most likely part of that 7,000 men that will not, which is a complete number, that will not bow the knee to Baal. It's not even. It's not in our spirit to bow our. It's just not in our spirit to bow our knees. We've always been like that, but now more than ever, you can see Esau is really actually not in charge of anything. He's not. There's not a damn thing he can do. It's just laughable when they talk about what we're going to do. We're going to do a damn thing. You are not going to do a damn thing except run underground in the holes. Okay, waiting for us soon to Jeremiah 16:16. When we come in and dig your ass out there and throw chains and we put you in the stable. Okay, Jeremiah, this is Proverbs 18, verse 7 reads, "The fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul." Talk shit. Walk around without wisdom, don't even think. Just constantly in the flesh. We have to think. See, that's the difference between us and God. We actually have to think. There's rules we have to follow. And sometimes we're in a situation where it's not the best situation, you don't like it. But if it's the Lord's will, so be it. Okay, let's go into verse 10. It says, "The name of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is a strong tower. The righteous running into it and is safe." Why? Who are you going to be safe with? Esau? Huh? Was you going to pledge your allegiance to the flag? Huh? Nah, man. You're going to where the true power is, and the true power is with Yahweh Shai. We're going to call God and Jesus. Let's close over the book of Job 20, and let's talk about Esau and what's going to happen with him. So I get to see what's going to happen to him. Job 20, start verse 19. It's the book of Job 20, start verse 19. It reads, "Because he had oppressed and had forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away a house which he builded not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of them which he desired." Okay, God this down by stealing. In fact, the whole fact, actually that was a blessing of Esau, the fatness of her. So you think about all these tribes that Esau has persecuted, oppressed, taking their stuff from them, wage war on them. How it is when he loses his power, what do you think these other nations are going to do to his ass? But most grievous, and where he really messed up, was when he messed with the children of Israel. He says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in straits, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. All right. Right? They're going to get the MOTB off the ground, but it's not going to go quite the way they expect it to go. You're going to have so many factions and so many people are going to be against it, and it's not because they have the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, on them. Keep in mind that there's going to be those that are going to be protected during that time from the purges that's going to be going on and tribulation that's going to be taking place. Okay, when they enact the mark of the beast. But the rest of these people are weak as hell. They're just going to be rebellious, which is going to be the detriment for death. So they're going to go up against the system. They're going to go up against the government. And it's going to be to their detriment. He shall flee from the iron. Slacky, it says, when he's about to fill his belly, power shall cast a furious wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. So you see how that's going to happen? So Esau ain't the only one that actually knows how to do stealth attack and how to, wait till you feeling comfortable in your life, and then he turns around and upset it just like that. Just like nobody saw 2020. Just like right now, we talk about the fact that this man is going to persecute the children of Israel, northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Now, then all of a sudden now he's going to raiding. They have a quota to meet right now with these raids. A quota. So now, it's not about whether you have the rights to live here or not. It's just a matter of the fact that you're a Hebrew Israelite and they're just going to grab you. Plain and simple. But people just don't get it. You are a target. You don't get it, do you? You really don't get it. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him true. It is drawn and coming out of his body here, the very sword coming out of his gall, terrors upon him. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah is going to jack his new wicked world order up. He's going to jack it up. It's just not going to pan out for himself. It's not going to work. Okay? They're going to be fighting amongst each other. You're going to have nations. Edomites against Edomites. Then you're going to have the poor against the rich. Class wars, race wars. You're going to have war. It's just not going to work. Because nobody's going to be in harmony. The system has to work if everybody's in harmony. And if he's going to try to initially force it by the sword, force it, he's going to initially try to trick you into it, and then eventually he's going to try to force it by the sword. Well, there are a lot of people who don't actually give a crap about death, life and death. In reality, they would rather die. To them, it's a badge of honor to die than to bow their knees to a corrupt government. Okay? Than to bow their knees to a corrupt government. It says, all darkness should be hid in the secret places of fire. Not blown shall consume him. It should go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. Okay, so you have these nations going to rise up against him. You're going to have just everything. The nation itself is going to go up against the wicked. This man. Nothing is going to work. To sum it all up, it says, the increase of his house shall upon his gate shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from power and heritage according unto him by power. So basically, Esau and it's already been determined. He's not going to be successful in nothing that he does. He's not going to be successful in his wickedness. Okay, the Lord has determined, okay, to allow him to get certain things off the ground. And really, it's part of that judgment. It's also part of the fact that Esau has to fulfill what he was created to do, which is what? To wreak havoc on this earth. Judge the children of Israel, okay? And then he himself have to be judged. Okay, and we already know that in the end, he's going to go into slavery. Alright? So Lord willing, the elect is at the Father, close by giving all the honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Shalom.